Hello, ladies. I'm sipping on my tea. Hey, Peggy. I've been eco dyeing all day, and this is my last bundle for the day, night. And I was just gonna open it all up, and I thought, "Ooh, maybe the ladies want a distraction, and we'll open together." Hey, Shelly. Hope you guys are having a good day today. Staying busy. Hey, CJ. Patricia. It may be late for you, Elaine, but it's early for me. I feel like I just wake up like 10 o'clock at night. That's when I get all my energy. Ooh, that's part of that stuff. Yeah, I cleaned, let's see. I went from the studio to the house, to the studio to the house, back and forth all day doing stuff. And I got all of the we have fans because we have like 12-foot ceilings in our house. We have an old Victorian home. So we need to keep the air circulating during certain times of the year if we don't want to use, heating and air conditioning, 24 hours a day, every day. So I had to clean all the blades on all the fans, which I even forget how many that was, but it was a lot of them. So I did that, and then I pop over here and check my bundles, and yeah. But it was a very productive day. It was a beautiful day. It was, I don't know what temperature it was. I would say it was probably high 70s, I'm guessing. It was a really pretty day. Ooh, funky fish stuff. I like that. Patricia, you're close. My cabbage ones do come out like this, but I decided to use I'm not really even sure how you pronounce it. I think it's Cochineal, I think. I'm not sure if I'm putting the accent on the right end, but it's, it's as old as any technique can be for dyeing. Um, it's all natural. As you know, I like to do that. I don't like to use, like synthetic dyes or like Ritz dye and stuff like that. Everything I do is all natural. So Cochineal. Okay. Oh, there you go. See, I knew Darla would know. Yes, yes, we weren't going to talk about that, Kathleen. You know, I love the bugs. You know, I love the bugs. Excuse me. I'm just going to finish up my tea while you guys get here, you gals get here, and then we'll open up and see what happened. I've never done this before, use this particular dye, and so I don't know what it did inside. So we are going to find out together. Yes, we are. Okay. I think I think we are ready. Let me see what you guys are saying. I need to be reading. Here, I got my little jar here. Hold on. I knew some of you would be interested, so I brought my little container. As you can see, it's a natural dye. And where is this made? I don't. This comes because I know, like the Mayans and the Aztec Indians, this is what they used for their really, I mean, depending on the concentration, they could make beautiful scarlet color, fuchsia color, purple colors. They made beautiful colors with it. But anyway, this one says it comes from Peru. I guess that's where they have more of those bugs in Peru. So that's what that is. And that's what the little buggy dubers look like. Yes, I'll show you. This is a brand new one. Hold on. And I will show you on a they look like little pieces of rocks, I guess. But boy, when you put that in some hot water, woohoo! Happy times. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, let me finish the last of my tea. On this one, did I? No. Um, a few of the leaves that I put in here. Well, see, this isn't my normal way that I do my batches. I'm putting together some grungy batches, and so I just sparsely put the leaves in there. Normally, when I do my other eco printing, every single layer has leaves because I want to imprint the leaves on every single page. This one's a little bit different. So I had some leftover leaves from when I did my other type of printing, and those were just in a little bit of alum. But I added more water to it. So by the time there probably wasn't that much in there because I didn't add any more alum with this batch. So I think my answer is no. For this particular batch. I think by the time I added so much water, because I was rehydrating my leaves and I just kept putting warm water on them to rehydrate them before I layered them in. And I think, by the time I did it, I don't think there was anything left as far as that's concerned. I was kind of using leftover leaves, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's see. And it's warm. I mean, I literally just took it out, brought it over here, and went live. So it's still steaming. It's still steaming. And like I say, they aren't all gonna have owie. Can you see that steam? Wow. You thought I was kidding, huh? Look at that steam. Holy moly. Okay. You thought I was just being dramatic, huh? Okay, I need to pile these up over here. I'm not too organized. Oops, sorry about that. I'm just flopping them over on another pan over here. And I don't waste anything. I use things 2 or 3 times. Even my leaves. I don't just use them once and throw them away. My husband says, "You quadruple recycle everything." I said, "Why not? There's plenty of dye left in these little leaves. Let their death come with a purpose." Okay, that looks kind of cute. My dog's out there. There's little bunnies going all over the place. Where did you? I just got it on Amazon. I get it online. Just type it in, and there's like 3 major companies that really carry it. They're the ones that deal mostly with people that like to dye their own yarn and fabrics and things like that. And the prices are very comparable. They're all going to cost the same. Ooh, pretty. It's pretty. Yeah, that's what. Whoops, where'd it go? Where did jar go? Yeah, that this is the dye. And see, then I'll just fold this in half and throw it in the next batch just to have a little bit of color here and there. And the papers here, they're all different kinds. I just took all my scraps. I got I've got everything. I got a little bit of leftover stationery. I have copy paper. I have index cards. Um, papers from some scratch pads. That there was just a few papers left, so I threw them in. Have some graph paper. Yeah, a little bit goes a long way. It gives you the directions of how much to put in. Um, their directions are mostly toward fabric, so it's by the amount of weight of your fabric. But it'll tell you how much per gallon. Of course, I didn't do gallons, so but it gives you all the directions on the jar. The print is so small though I can barely read it. I think I kind of overdid it on the color, but I like it. I mean, it's it's dark, but who cares? I think I could have put half as much, and it still would have looked cool. Here, let me fold this up, and that'll be for my next batch. And this is mixed media paper. I remember because I tore it out of there. Look how pretty that is. Woohoo! Oops, I better get another paper. Oh, when we get done here, I'll show you some of the ones that are I already dried during the day. They were different colors. Oops. I did another batch of my indigo. I love the indigo. I'm not really into blue, but I just love working with the indigo. Because if you were to ask me my favorite color, I would not, blue would not be on, even on the top 10. Now, aqua and turquoise, yes, but like regular old blue, nah, doesn't do anything for me. Unless it's a blueprint, then I like it. Or if it's a what you call it print, cyanotype. Maybe I do like blue. Maybe I do like blue. It's funny, you think you don't like something, and you start making a list, and you go, "Wait a minute, I do like blue." It's a little steamy, guys. Oh, sorry, I'm getting into my zone again, I'm not looking up, I'm sorry. Let me look up. Okay. How long did I boil? I think I did this one probably, I'm guessing, I think about an hour. I was doing so many other things. The only reason I remembered was it's I started smelling different and I go, "Uh-oh, I think I'm running low on water." And I ran over there, "Oh my goodness." So I turned it off. As you can see, like I said, I am just using scraps in here. There's some cute stationery, had a little rose in the corner. It looks cute. And sorry, all my nails. Like I say, I've been in the boils all day. Oh, let me look. Let me look. I gotta remember, I'm not here by myself. Woohoo! This is, believe it or not, this is a white um lunch bag. See where, isn't that pretty? So you don't have to get expensive paper. Okay, let me look up. Let me look up. When you first started talking about the leaves, I didn't realize that you were prepping a new batch. What does that mean? I'm not sure what you mean, Kathleen. That I'm using my old ones onto the next one. Yeah, I do that maybe 3 times. Um, were the leaves dry when you, some of them were and some of they weren't. I had some that were soaking. Um, well, for instance, like which one? Let me think. Some of these were super, super dry. I just had them. I went, okay, this is what I do. Secrets out. Last year, when all my leaves fell, I just threw them, not all of them because I have way too many. I put a big old pile, a heap over in the corner, didn't cover them, just hoped for the best and see what would happen to them. And the past few days, it's gotten super, super dry. And so they're just sitting there. All the ones on top are dry. So I got those and I threw them in a little container and I put a little bit of warm water on them just so that they would lay flat. Because if I got them like this and tried to put them between paper and flatten them, it just, there'd be no shape left. So I just put them a little bit of warm water just for a couple of minutes just to make them soft and use those. And then a few others. I had frozen them last fall, so they were in the freezer. So they were perfectly flat. So I didn't, ooh, hello. So I didn't do anything to them because as they defrosted, they were soft and flat. So, but you don't have to. You can. I've in the past I've gotten the trees, the leaves out from the ground. They're all dry, and I just crank, kind of smushed them all up and threw them on some paper, and they still do their thing. You just have to practice. If it's something you like doing, you just got to try every different way, and then every plant is going to act differently. Like just because one works doesn't mean the other one's going to work. Here's my cabbage. Woohoo! This is really something you have to do for yourself because what works for me may not work for you. Your plants are different. Your the chemicals and minerals in your water is different. So everything's going to react differently. What is this? Forgot what paper. Oh yeah, this was like some kind of somebody. Oh yeah, somebody sent me some happy mail and they wrapped it up in this paper. I don't know what it is actually, but it was wrapping something else up. So I thought, "Whoo, let's try it." It's kind of thick like. But anyway, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And it's kind of more see-through than the others. How pretty. Now see, these are the same leaves that were on some of the other ones that did colors. And now this is just doing like a resist almost. Hey, hey, hey. Can't tell where a paper ends there or where if it's a shadow. That's some of that paper again that I told you I don't know what it is. I like it though. It prints pretty cool. Now I have to remember who gave me what happy mail that came in. Oh gosh. Adds that stationery again. Just has a cute little rose off in the corner all by himself with all these big, bold purple things. Oops. Okay, look up. These are pulled apart marigolds. Okay, well that's one side. Let's get this out of the way. And here's another one of the lunch bags. Sometimes I have to touch the print. I think it's still the flower, but it's a print. It's pretty. Did I put inside there? No. Thought it looked too dry. You know, actually, watercolor paper is my least favorite. I know, the professional ladies that do this, they always talk about, the watercolor paper. It's my least favorite. I still use it every once in a while, but not that much. See, that bled through from the other one. I don't think there's anything in there. No. These are gonna make really cool grungy pages. Woohoo! I like this. Oops. There you go. I had a disagreement with my husband the other day. Our sweet gum tree is getting a little top heavy, and he was thinking about just cutting the whole thing down. And I said, don't you know that almost my favorite printing is with my sweet gum tree? That's what this leaf is. You cannot cut down you can trim it back, but you cannot cut it down. Okay, now this is what kind of paper is this? Oh no, this is just a copy paper. I thought it was my other paper. Hey, stop it. My sweet gum tree is well, is if that's a joke that it's self pruning. I have three of them. If self pruning means they just snap and crack, oh yeah, right on the fence, right on the yard, right on the roof, self pruning. That's a different way of putting it. See, that looks like I should take that off. That's the print. Isn't that cool? Oh, we have a question. I'm looking. Uh-oh. Okay, Elizabeth. Where's Elizabeth? Rosemary, what? What did you stop drawing? Oh, she was using oh, let me think. They don't have that plant here over here. Oh, they're all over in California. I had them in my yard. Hold on, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I can see it. It's a bush. Everybody puts them in their yards. Oh, oh dear. I can see it. I can see the plant. It'll come to me. Oh, yes, oleander. Hello. Somebody was reading my mind. Yeah, if you ever want to kill somebody, just give them some oleander tea slowly and they'll be dead. Keep your dogs away from it. They'll be dead. And don't boil it in your house with the window shut. You will be dead. Oh, look. Woohoo. What is this? Oh, this is fabric. No wonder I didn't recognize. I'm going, what kind of paper is that? Oh my goodness, Rosemary. That was some muslin. Look at that. Is that cool or what? Hey, Scotty. Okay, I don't want to put that on those other ones. It'll turn them black. I don't know why this is so black. Whew. I don't know what this paper is. It's so different. This one too. I wonder what. I wonder what it is. Oh, I put a little bit of fabric in that one. But strange. Very strange. Well, I like this paper and I cannot identify it. So that's what you get when you use scraps. You mess yourself up. Okay. And then I did some little fabric, little trim. That's cute. And here's a piece of cabbage. Let me get that out of here. And look how pretty. Oh, look at that. Isn't that scrumptious? Woohoo! All right. So okay, put this over here. Oh, some more fabric. And I laid it with the yellow flowers, so it's got little bits of yellow all over it. Very cool. Let me put this over here. Gouge my paper. Is Jennifer leaving? Is it supper time? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can you see? Whoops. Now, see, I took the autofocus off so it wouldn't be going all bonkers. How pretty. Pretty. Oh, she was teasing. And this is vellum. I love doing vellum. I mean, of course, it messes it up because it doesn't like the heat, but I love what it does. Can you say funky fish? That looks like it could be one funky fish. I have my tea. That's about it. It's almost all gone. Woo-hoo. I'm glad you mentioned it. Okay, now I have those of you that do your gardens, you know that there's different kinds of marigolds. And some of them, the larger ones, they don't really come out orange. Look what it does. It's almost like a greenish yellow. The bigger ones, the fatter ones. I don't know the names of all of them, but those chunkier ones. Yeah, vellum. That's one of my favorite things. I love to do the vellum. Now, this is what? This was another one. This was yet a different plant. It's still in the same family, but it was the first time I got one of those. I wasn't sure what it was going to do. It's kind of goofy looking, but it's okay. Yeah, I know. I went like a couple of weeks ago to go get, oh no, it's not 3 weeks ago. It was way before they were telling us not to leave the house. And there was like at least 4 or 5 different kinds just right there. They're at Lowe's. I remember looking in the catalogs for the seeds and stuff. There was all kinds. Speaking of which, I need to plant some seeds tomorrow. I'm planting some cosmos because those print really well too. And those things, you can't kill them. You know, they love drought, they love the heat. They don't care what you do to them. The little masochists. Oh, that's from that. Well, I'm fighting with these crazy squirrels in my yard. I planted, like I said, I came home, ooh, planted the marigolds. Next morning, you know how when you plant them, they are, they're in that little shape, the soil. Well, when I got up and came over to the studio in the morning, they were like laying flat, some are upside down. I don't know what the squirrels thought were in there. I guess they thought I stole their nuts or something and I had planted them in there. I'm not really sure. I mean, because they didn't eat the plant. They just like went in there and dug everything up. Maybe just to irritate me. I don't know. I mean, they love to do stuff just to irritate the dog. So maybe they were just irritating me. They did the same thing to my potato vines a couple of years ago. I gave up. I stopped planting them. Those they were eating. So I've had to slowly eliminate plants that will, deter them, but that I can still print with. There's some more vellum. No, they weren't moles. I saw those little stinkers. I've chased them out of my yard. Those squirrels. I mean, they come right up when I'm there at the window, and they just look at me. They're so defiant. They do the same thing to the dogs, and they're horrible. And these are in pots. These aren't in the ground. Certain time of the year when the nuts are falling off, we have a big giant pecan tree, and the nuts fall off. They are digging everything up, digging, hiding their nuts. Ooh, look how pretty this one came out. So pretty. Yeah, they're little monsters. I mean, they look cute until they get into action. And I'm sorry, I cannot tell you how many squirrels my dogs have caught because they tease them and tease them and tease them and drive them crazy. And the first chance they get, no more squirrel. And see, so those squirrels think they have free reign in my little area because I don't like the dogs come into this part of the yard this little part that's right outside of my studio because that's where I want to put my plants and I put my stuff to dry, my papers and stuff, so it's in a dog-free zone. So they just think they can come in and wreak havoc because the dogs can't get them. Woohoo! Look at that. So, ugh, they're crazy. Whoa! Hello, look at that. And see here, it's a combination of the paper and the leaf because this leaf has been on other papers and it doesn't do that. It's the combination. So if you don't get the right combination, you will not be able to get that look. And you will learn through trial and error what works with what. And then it doesn't mean it'll happen the second time. Just when you think you've got it figured out. Next. Oops. Oh no, see, these are some envelopes. Came out kind of cool. when you take them out, you want to open them, or else the glue will have them closed permanently when they dry. Ooh, see, that's a sweet gum down there. See? Look at that. And he wants to cut down that tree. You better not, buddy. My my tulip tree is full of blossoms, and my cherry tree full of blossom. I think I'll see what they do tomorrow. Good night, Arlene. Thank you for coming. And this is another lunch bag. When I finish here, I'll show you some that I did earlier today that are dry. It's not this color though. The answer is for this color, I have no idea. This is the first time I've done this with this color, so we shall see. But I do have some of my indigo that are all dry. And then I did some black tea and avocado. I don't think I put enough avocado in there because there's just a hint. And when I say hint, I mean hint of the pink. So I don't think I'll be able to sell those as avocado. They're just going to be grungy papers because they're more on the brown, more on the tea side than the avocado side. Oops. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Now this is mixed media paper. Man, I got a big pile over here. What were you wanting with the avocado and tea? I wanted more pink. I wanted more avocado, and it didn't happen. And I was using the tea as a tannin for the leaves, um, which that worked, but I just didn't put enough avocado, bottom line. I should have put more in there for what I was trying to accomplish. But that's how you learn. I'll do it different next time. Holy moly, look at that. Look at that. How pretty. Now see, when something does something like that, I make sure I keep that and use it as many times as I can. Now, unfortunately, this was sent to me, so I don't know what it is. I get really happy when people send me their leaves because they've got stuff I don't have. But then, because they go around town picking up leaves and they don't know what the leaf is either. So it's this mystery leaf that I just have to keep using over and over again. And I send them a picture and I go, if you run across this leaf again, get me a whole bunch. Okay, where's the end? There we go. Uh-oh. Well, I'm naughty. I open up the windows and I have my husband installed a strong exhaust fan in the kitchen here in my studio. But if you don't have a designated area to do it, I definitely would say you need to do this outside. I wouldn't do it in my house. I do it there here in the studio though with that super duper industrial fan going on. We're almost done. Oh, look how pretty that is. We go with those sweet gums again. Look at that. They're my favorite. Oh man, I see this pile over here. Oh, goodness. Oop, that's one piece. I think. Yeah. It's just really thick because it's the mixed media paper. No plant on that one. Look how pretty. Hold on one second. Let me get this all straightened out and I'll look up and see if I have any more questions. Whoops. Let me get this out of here. Ooh, nice and slimy. Oh, look at the pile. Look at that. Okay, what are we saying here? Yep, yeah, outside. You could do it on the balcony on a little on like a little, what do you call it? A little heat plate, a little smaller one. Just put a pot on it. I think that would work. Did I sprinkle? No. I dissolved it in the water before I put these in. Kathy, I know. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go bring some of the stuff that I did earlier today so you can see. I mean, it's a different color, but you can see the intensity of the prints after they're dry. Let me go put this in the other room. And let me take this in the other room. Oops. Things are sliding. So those are some of the fabrics I did with the blue. This is the one that I did with the avocado and the tea, and that's how that came out. But I'll show them to you all out of the bag. Let me get this other one out of the way. I'm closing myself in too much. All right. We'll do the one that didn't come out the way I wanted it first. These are some. Now, see, this was done with the black tea and the avocado. So you can see a little bit. I mean, if you pile it on top of each other, those of you that have done stuff with the avocado, you can see the hint of it in there. But it got overshadowed by the tea. So I won't be doing that again because that was not the outcome I was going for. But hey, I learned. Still kind of a cool color, but like I say, not what I was going for. And so these basically are just the prints because, like I say, the dyeing didn't happen other than, the prints themselves. I'll just go through them really quick. I mean, I would never consider any of the boils a failure. It may be the failure in my vision, but I still always end up liking them. I like these little, I guess it's supposed to be something like little tickets or something. I like how they come out. And then there's the bag again. It's handmade paper. It comes out pretty cool. And then these came out, some of them came out kind of nice. But like when you're doing a journal, you don't want this massive print on every single page. You want the other pages just to be kind of subtle and grungy. So these will work out just fine for some journal pages. So that's how that batch came out. So needless to say, I like it, but like I say, did not come anything like what I intended it to come out like. Trying to keep the colors organized. I'll figure out what I'm doing. I should say the batches. This is like no color. All right, so that was that one. And then I did the indigo. And so these are a few of the fabrics that I did. I like how these came out. So I'm happy with those. And then these are how the folders came out. I like how the folders came out too. Yeah, Jennifer, me too. I'm like the furthest away from a blue girl, but I like these. That's that. And then I love how the prints came out too. There's those little ones. I love how they print. And this is handmade paper. I didn't make it, but it's handmade paper. And then the smaller pieces, I like how those came out too. So you can see they're pretty intense. The prints are still quite vivid. No, these aren't for the funky fish. Although the color's perfect. I might throw some in my own personal one. Like this one. Throw that in there. Looks like water, right? That one looks like water too. And here again is the lunch bags. And the vellum. Woohoo! I love the vellum. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And there you go. That's some of the blue ones. So I'm going to be doing my, maybe tomorrow. It depends what my schedule is. I have to venture out and go grocery shopping tomorrow. And then here's, I put in some, this was the same batch. And I threw in a little composition book. I think it came out kind of cute. I threw in a couple actually. And then there's just, all the grungy stuff. I threw in some little pieces of scrapbook paper that I had, and just to color it up and give it some grunge. These here didn't have any of the leaves. I just wanted them to get all grungy. So I like how these came out too. Yeah, good luck at the store. Fortunately, where I live, I mean, some things are empty, but people aren't crazy. I can still go in there and get the basic stuff that I need and then go in the self checkout and be gone. And not too far from me, just a couple of blocks away, is this produce place that they bring in produce from all over the place. It's all they sell is that. And that hasn't been full either, so I can get stuff like that. It's not a problem. So now, I don't know if it's everywhere, but in the Walmarts here, they're rationing. Now, what were the items? They're rationing toilet paper, hand sanitizer, any kind of sanitizer, like cleaning sanitizer stuff for the house, and eggs. People were hoarding eggs, and what else? Just those basic things. I don't know what the limit is, but you have a definite limit, so that there's enough for everybody. And I haven't been to the store in about 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm not sure, but I know the town just north of us, when I say just north, about maybe half hour from us, they have police at their Walmarts to enforce the limit. So I don't know if we do or not. I'll find out tomorrow. I told my husband, I feel like I'm going out to a battlefield. Wish me luck, honey. I hope I make it home. He went out to go get gas because we were running low, and if the weather changing, we're gonna have to um mow and all that kind of stuff. So we have to have gas. He said there was hardly nobody there. I mean, I don't live in a big giant metropolitan, but we have 100,000. My town has 100,000 people, so it isn't like just super small Hicksville. But I mean, we're not big either. And his doctors called him, to cancel his appointments because of his liver condition. He's at a high risk, so they don't want high risk people coming in. So that is the indigo. I don't know about you, but I like the indigo. I am a believer. Let's see. Then next door to Sam's Clubs, and they had everything you could possibly want except I told my husband, oh no, I gotta go get dog food. See, we get our dog food at the co-op, so there's not like big lines, and you don't have all these people. Seen the depression, we've seen this, we've seen that. They have a really la-di-da kind of attitude. Nobody's fighting over nothing. So I'll go there and get the dog food. That's where I normally get it. And we need a lot of dog food. We got 4 giant dogs. We go through 2 40-pound bags a month. So, and they're not fat. So it isn't like, okay, guys, you got to go on a diet. Although I did have to cut back on their eggs because, see, every morning I make them they all get 1 egg in their food dish with their regular crunchies. And last time I went to the store, there was I only was able to get a dozen of eggs. I got the very last one. Well, more than a dozen. It was the one with the 18 in there, dozen and a half, I guess. So I looked at them and I said, sorry, guys, Mom and Daddy's got to have their eggs. I guess I'm just going to have to give you some tuna. What did you use to get I used indigo, Barb, the real thing, indigo. From the indigo plant, they create the dye, and I bought the dye, and that's what I used. Everything I dye with, I try really hard. Everything I dye with, I try to make sure everything's natural in the dyeing process. And then these are just little tidbits that were left over. And this was the one, what I tell you, that was supposed to be with the avocado and everything, but the tea just took over everything. I'm going to try another batch with no tea. I like how it looks, but it wasn't what I was going for. It's still pretty cool. Ta-da! So I'm happy. Like I say, it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what I wanted, but I'm still happy. I think it looks cool. I'll give you something to look at. Okay, here's my drink. Any questions? Yeah, the hippie time, right? Everything comes back. Well, I mean, these colors are centuries old, so. What am I going to do with this stuff? I think I'm going to end up putting some grungy kits together because a few people have asked for some. So I thought, well, if a few have asked, maybe there's others that want. I'm not going to make a whole bunch because I don't know, how much interest there'll be. But I have a big pile over there with some other crispy, crunchy stuff. So I'm going to incorporate it in the little packs. I like these. These are going to make some cool journals. I'm telling you. They're going to make some cool journals. Nya, nya, nya. Man, look at all that dye in my nails. Yucky. Yucky doodle. So I'm excited to get started tomorrow. If it didn't take as long, I'd start a batch right now. But by the time I put them all together, maybe I'll put them together, and that way when I get up in the morning, I just have to throw them in the pot. Yeah, I won't have to start from scratch. Yeah, that's an idea. Everybody signed up? Excellent. Okay, I don't know how many of you watch Jessica Rapp. Probably all of you. She's got her fans. Anyway, I went down the Jessica Rapp rabbit trail and got those cool Denison stamps that she had made by some Etsy stamp maker. Did you guys see that when she did her video? How many of you saw her stamps that she got? Because she always talks about her little Denison labels. She loves those. So the guy that made her business stamp, she contacted him and said, "Hey," oh, because he says, he'll design stamps for you. So she showed him the shapes and said, "This is what I'm looking for." Blah 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 blah. And so he made them for her. And then after she got them, she made a little video showing them and then how she was using them and what she was doing. And so he gave her a little discount code for the people that watch her. And so she put it up and she told him, you're going to get a lot of orders. And I don't think he understood what she was saying because he got a bunch of orders and he's going, "Oh my gosh." Yeah, Bob. And he communicates really well. He talks to you and asks you questions and all that stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, so he's all caught up. I don't know what he's talking about. He sent me an email, not an email, but a message in Etsy, that, he's got all these orders and blah, blah, blah. It made it sound like he was going to take a month to get him to me or something. And I said, no, no problem. Take your time. I know you got a lot of orders. And then I got him like about in 4 days. So I guess usually he sends them out in a day or something because he thought 4 days was a long time to wait. Um, yeah, they're pretty cool. Let me see. I haven't even tried them yet. I got them yesterday, or the day before, Saturday. I can't remember what day I got them. Ooh, look how cute. And you don't have to get the ones with the wood because the ones with the wood are more expensive. You can get the ones that aren't mounted, and then you can just use them with the cling stamp. Yeah. Yeah, they're good quality stamps. I mean, the stamp is a good quality, but the whole setup is a good quality. Because I've seen some people, I got some stamps one time, and oh my goodness. Uh, the stamps in themselves were good, but the handle and how it was horrible. But these are really nice. And they're sanded. The other guy didn't sand them. And yeah, these are good quality. They're not cheap, but they're not cheap either. So you get what you pay for. Let me see. What else? Um, Darla, do you know the guy we're talking about? Bob? If you do, you can put his link in there. She named her stamp Frida. How cute. Oh, Peggy, how cool. I've always been on the outlook for one of those. Never have found one of those spinners. Those are so cool. But oh, where is that? Ooh, I'm glad you said it. Wait 1 second, lady. Wait 1 second. I just remembered I had something I might be able to use. I had forgot I had this until you said that. I've never had a use for it. Hello? Oh, I knew what you were talking about. Okay, let's see if this is what I think it is. Because I got this at some secondhand place. I don't even know what it's really for. I guess that's what it is. I don't even know if all the pieces parts are there. Is that what this is? Do I actually have one? It might be too small and too short, but I could have my husband put an extender. Oh, never mind. You didn't see that, did you? Yay! Okay, let's see. Holy moly! I got one! Oh, these things are too wide for that, though. Oh, no. Well, yeah. You got to put the small one and then a big one and a small one. And they don't all fit. But I guess that's why I bought two. See, when you see something and you don't know what the heck it is, but it only costs $1, you need to buy it. That's all I can say. Yep. That was worth $2 of my money. Do you want to know how long I've had these? Probably like 4 years. And I totally forgot I had them. Here I was lamenting. I don't have one. Well, I don't have those cool old ones that Peg does, but that's okay. I don't have to be the cool kid. Yay! Whee! Okay, so I think it doesn't fit there too well. So they're not all going to fit because they're too big. But that's okay. Because you need to have like one by the side all the time to look cool, right? How? I bet you Jessica doesn't have these. I bet you she's got them in a box. So I wonder if they still make these. I don't, and that must be German, huh? Stempel Tracker. I guess that's, yeah, it must be a German company. Oh, and they got different sizes. This is the one for the 8 stamps. They have them for 10 stamps too, and 6. What do you know? What do you know? Hey, Brenda. Oh yeah, I'll save it. I save it for you. I'll save it for you. Let me flatten it out so I know I'm supposed to be saving that. I'm so happy. I don't have to hide my stamps. They can just be over there on the side on my desk. Cool. Okay, what else? Oh, another thing I'd like to talk to you guys about for future, because I've been thinking about, our future little kits and stuff. And I know most, not all, but most of you, let me move this stuff out of the way. So much junk. You can see what I was playing with earlier today. Ooh, you know what journal I was working on? Yes, you do. Most of you guys, I think, are familiar with Nick Bantock. Excuse me. He does. Well, he started off with doing like correspondence art, mail art, and then he started those. He did those books and everything, and I have a few of them, and I was looking through them the other day, and I was getting all bent out of shape and getting all inspired about some projects that. Oh, excuse me while I move my spinners over here. Excuse me, I have to move my spinners. So I took them out. Excuse me, my big one over here. my supply of them. I can't tell you how many times I've just sat and just looked through. I mean, that's what they're really meant for, to really just get all inspired and everything. Are you guys familiar with him? Amazon has them? Has these? $20. I paid $1. Wow. Pretty cool. So anyway, how many of you guys, probably the ones you are familiar with are the Griffin and Sabine, right? If you know him, that's what you know him for, probably. Oh, cool, Lucy. Man, she's with all the cool kids. Anyway, so I don't have all his stuff because, they're kind of pricey. So I just buy them when they pop up at used book places. And so I've gotten some good deals. But, like, for instance, look through this one. I don't know which is the first one. I know of this one. I think there's like about 5 or 6 of them. I think I've only got, 1, 2, maybe 1. I don't know. I lost one of them. I know I have another one, but of that particular series. But so what it basically is, it's a story of these 2 individuals and the correspondence that they did between each other. And so the book is is his made up correspondence between these people. And it's really beautiful. And and so in this particular one, he shows a postcard, and then over here is what's written, or is it vice versa? Maybe that's the cover that I forget now. But anyway, he has the front and the back of this correspondence between these two individuals. And so that's how you read their story, is by reading their correspondence. And so all of this was a collage work that he did on a postcard. And so, like, some of you may or may not know, I have a Facebook group that we do swaps and stuff. And so when this whole thing happened a couple of weeks ago, when we realized it was serious, I told everybody in the group that, anyone that wanted to suspend their swap, to let me know, because some can't get um to the post office, or they shouldn't because of their health, or maybe their finances now are altered, and it'll be difficult for them to do it. And I told them I'd come up with something new, that we could still do artsy stuff together, but not have to go to the post office and not worry about the expense. And so I was thinking about it, and then I started thinking about this guy, and I thought, we could just make some really cool postcards and send those postcards out, and and write to each other, but make really cool covers, the art side of it. And then, when all this is past us, we'd have these beautiful postcards. And see, and then he would put stuff in the envelopes. And then afterwards, we could make a journal similar to this book with our postcards at the end of the year. And if people wanted to send a letter, then we could put that in the journal. But then I thought, for it to be like really kind of cool and artistic, I would come up with a theme, and people like you would be everybody that sent something, would be this person, whoever that person is. And we'd make up a little background story of who this person was and what they did and all that. And so then our writings on our postcard would reflect the personality and the happenings of that person, so that we would really have a cool art book at the end of the year. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think it'd be a cool idea. It'll still keep, the ones that are in the group they can still feel connected. They're still doing art. They're still having to be disciplined if it's kind of hard on them to think of nice, pretty things. They'd have to have like this commitment, to make one postcard, at least one postcard a month. And I think it would be really cool. And whether this lasts, long or short, we could still keep it up till the end of the year, and we'd have a cool journal. And then we could reflect and see how art gets us through some trying times. See, the way now I'm thinking, now that I'm looking through this, I think it'd be cool if one month we sent a postcard, the next month we sent a letter about what happened the month before with our character in the story. So one month is a letter, the other month is a postcard. Ooh, I'm liking the idea. I'm getting into it. Well, that's why I want to talk to you guys. The more I talk out loud about it. Okay, so that's this book. See how cool? And it, you know, it tells the whole story as what's happening between the two of them and his travels and his work and all that stuff. Okay, so here's another example of his work. Now that's one way of doing it. Now look at this one, how beautiful. So I'm thinking more like when we get all the stuff together, we'd probably end up making something smaller like this. And this is the same author, so it's got the same, you know, same principle. What he does with this one, only thing I don't like about it, I'm so used to journals opening flat. I don't like the kind that are bound that don't lay flat. That's my only complaint about the way he did this. But otherwise, now every page here is an envelope. See how it's goofy because it doesn't lay flat? I don't know why he structured this book like this, but anyway. Anyway, so each page is an envelope. Another reason why you should open the other way. I know, complain. And then each envelope has some cool memorabilia from where he went and what he did. And here, like where he stayed and stuff like that. And so we'd have to like decorate all of the envelope, right? And then when our letter or if we're going to mail, like what would be a fake piece of ephemera from where we were. Like here he's in South America. Oh no, this is Africa, what I'm talking about. Have I solved it? No. I don't like to overuse my brain. Look at that, how cool. I think we can do this. So any of you that want, if this, you know, if you're interested in this and you're on Facebook, go join the group because I think I haven't figured out how to articulate it yet. I mean, I know in concept what I want to do, but I don't know how to articulate it to make the rest of the group understand what the heck I'm talking about. But I wanted to start at the beginning of the month. But you get the idea. So each one is like that. Every single page. I mean, yeah, it's the page of the book. But look how pretty the art is. How he decorates the envelope. Indigo. Asia. Hey. That could be a funky fish. Look at that. Look how cool. Anyway, so that is part of the idea. And we could do it in a book, or, which I absolutely love this one. All right. First of all, I love the colors. I just think it's beautiful. But then look how it opens. See, we could make one of these at the end of the year to put all of our stuff in. And then over here, are the travels. Oh, look at all these colors. Don't look, Jennifer. Look at all this orange. But I mean, I don't buy a lot of books that I keep and look at. His are about the only ones because they're just pieces of art. They're like discovering somebody's, art journal, basically. Or something up in the attic, letters from a loved one. Anyway, you get the idea. Every page is beautiful. Okay, so that goes in here. Which I don't know. I think I'd make it a little different. That seems a little awkward. I think I'd put something so it just ties it in place because I think this would eventually tear. And then in here are some stamps. And when I got this, like I say, I get them all used. This was torn, but that goes in there and then that would untie. And then here are real postcards you can use of his postcards. How cool is that? Oops, upside down. Funky fish. Orange. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, and a bug. Look at the bug. Anyway, so that would be another way where if we made a box like this, the postcards that we got could go here, and then the letters that we receive could go there. So that could be another way of displaying our little goodies that we would get in the mail. Bugs. I just love this guy. So he's just showing different examples of his the mail that he does. Look how pretty. That's beautiful. If you have like a printer that minimizes some of the stuff that you have, well, if you have a digital, it'd be really easy to do it. But if you had the real thing, you could get any old pieces of paper that you have and make it smaller and make that be the cover, the size of the postcard, and then start collaging over that, and it would look really cool. Ah! Ooh, look how pretty. Well, I like my black and white. Look how beautiful that is. How cool. Yeah. Oh, magazines. So you guys already have in your stash all the stuff to make these cards look really cool. And I was just thinking, I have old postcards that I keep saying I'm going to put in bundles to sell, and I still haven't. And that would be the good basis for the beginning. And those are really old. And if you didn't want to use them, you could make copies of them. So anyway, I hope I didn't bore you too much. You may not find him as interesting as I do. But at least if you do find him interesting, you'll know that these books are full. You're not wasting your money when you buy his books. Because every single page is beautiful. And I think that is it. Oops, one more page. Ta-da! So, and I think to kick it off, I have another one of these. I think over in the Facebook group, what we'll do is I'll figure out a way to launch this whole thing off, and I'll do a giveaway of one of these books. Yep, that'll get their attention. Don't you think? It would get my attention. Oh, and I got this book, which was a mistake. I thought it was like his other books, but it's not. It's a novel. There's not one picture in it. And I saw it say a novel, but I thought it was part of his, just the way he was explaining it, and then it was going to be like his other books. But no, he meant it. It's a real novel. Me, the person that hates to read, it's a real novel. So I love the picture though. I fell in love with the cover. That's why I bought it. Oh my goodness. Peggy, go to bed. I'm done. Go to bed. Good night, Peggy. We won't do anything fun while you're gone. Let's look at the bird. Oh no, let's look at this. This is a pretty color. I hate the binding, but I like the cover. Well, all I know is I'm going to be sore tomorrow because I was up and down, up and down, up and down this big old ladder because I had to do the clean the blades on the fans. And we have 12-foot ceilings, so you know that it was a little tall. And my knee and my ankle, my one leg doesn't like for me to do that from my old car accident. So I think tomorrow I'll be going, owie, owie, owie. It doesn't hurt me right now, but I know in the morning it probably will. After I've wound down, it'll hurt. Alrighty. I guess, let's see, you can buy some of his stuff. Yeah. Oh, on Etsy. Oh. I bought one of these books. One of them. I can't remember which one. On Amazon, on their used book section. So it wasn't too much because the regular price on these. See, this is regular $19 US. How come it's so cheap in the UK? $12.99. I don't think I paid any more than $5. Let's see. No price on this one. And no price on this one. How come? Oh, my eyes are starting to water. I must have stopped blinking. Oh, here's the other ones in the series, which I don't have. Because I have Pharaoh. So there's 6 other ones that I don't have that have to do with this storyline. So maybe one day if I find them on sale, used, I'll get the whole bit. Okay, ladies, I have to clean up a little bit of a mess. Oh my goodness, and I'm yawning already. I don't yawn hardly this early. I think it was the ladder that did it to me. Oh, okay, Kathleen, that makes sense. Oh, his art. I've never seen his art other than what's in the books. Oh my goodness, I will have to check that out. So I will say adieu. And I'm so happy. Who was it? Was it Peggy? Who was it that mentioned, or was it you, Kathleen? Anyway, somebody mentioned their little, and it, or else I wouldn't have thought of these. They were off in a drawer, hadn't touched them forever. So funny. All right, ladies, thank you for keeping me company and watching me undo my bundles and talk over my Nick project. And I guess I will see you guys when I see you guys. I'm not sure when. But thank you again. And I am going to venture out grocery shopping tomorrow. Wish me luck. All right. Good night, ladies. Thank you again.